Oilersnation After Dark begins now.
Clinchmas will have to wait for the Edmonton Oilers. What could have been an absolute party for the rest of the day turns out to be not much of anything that's this afternoon out there on the ice. I think I do speak for all of Oilers Nation when I say go Flyers, go, because the Oilers still could punch their ticket, throw up the X next to their name in the standings with a Winnipeg loss in regulation. But that kind of feels besides the point right now. A thriller of an afternoon game today, a barn burner, an adventure, or a snooze fest if you want to be real about it. Tough one for the early start club down in Greta this afternoon. We only have one highlight to show you from this hockey game as the Edmonton Oilers fall 1-0 to the LA Kings in the most afternoon matinee game of all afternoon matinee games. But hello, what up to Oilers Nation after lunch, as I like to call it during these afternoon games. And it's brought to you by Bet365, 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Whatever, download their app. Almost said it. When your team goes up by 3, you get paid. Damn it, that's the first time. When they go up by 3, you get paid. The early payout. Also, there's some injury assurance on Bet365, which did help us out. As the wheel picked Max Jones for, was he the anytime or the first? We bet both.
He was the anytime.
Pour one out
But
for Maximum Jones as he goes down in this hockey game and does not return. Joined by the one, the only, Michael Menzies, producer Brett Holden, intern Tristan in the other room. You'd think this might be a pretty cut and dry postgame show. We said, could this be one of our shorter ones? I still doubt that, knowing the three of us.
Is that a challenge?
Oh, I got some stuff to talk about. Will Ferrell was in the building. But the Oilers, as I said, that was the afternoon game of all afternoon games, closing out their matinee regular season schedule. And what did they finish with their matinee record?
2-8. 2-8 in the afternoon. They're not good in the afternoon. They struggle.
You don't say.
In the afternoon. And, I didn't think the Kings played particularly well. I thought at times if we had stepped back into a time machine to 2003, 2004 with the amount of hooking, holding, interference, obstruction that was just allowed to occur just all game long.
At center ice.
It made for, in terms of entertainment value, very low game in that sense. The Oilers pushed in the third period. They had a couple chances. The Kings still probably had the best 2 or 3 individual chances in the game. They take advantage of their breakaway. The Oilers can't take advantage of a couple of their looks. And it's a 1-0 game, but I didn't think it was particularly well played. And I think you saw the absences really loom large in the Oilers lineup.
The boys are thin right now, and they got a little bit thinner. Playing 11 forwards in this one. KB Stir said, typical boring bullshit LA Kings game. Yep.
Yeah.
Ryan S. said, who's getting injured next? Like, seriously, a lot of we suck at matinees. Now, there is some positives in here. I will say, Connor Ingram, solid, even in the loss. And there was questions about his health, whatever. Was a little bit surprised he was even starting in this hockey game. He only allows one. There's a positive in there as well. And hey, it is what it is. Shit, the Edmonton Oilers in afternoon games. Quick shout out, Boston Pizza. I'm not wearing the hoodie right now.
Yeah,
I took it off.
I
was sweating. I was cooking. Getting fired
Your face is red. I'll tell you, it is.
Oh, no, we're back. Oh, no.
Well, it is in person, too. You have a reddish pallor. A pinkish hue.
A pinkish hue.
A pinkish hue.
Shout out. For 32 dark years, Canadian hockey teams have come up short in the playoffs. So this year, Boston Pizza is waking up the hockey gods, and we need them, appeasing them with unbeatable food and drink deals. You hungry for a playoff win?
Yeah.
Well, I bet you're hungry for BPs as well. Let's see what's going on in the chat right now. We have one early super chat in here. Reminder, super chats all in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation. Win, lose, or draw. Can't wait to see it come playoff time. Last year during some playoff games, we had raised over $1,000 in super chats. I spent just 20, 30 minutes reading super chats.
Unbelievable.
Because as you know, if you attach some money to it, I am legally obligated to. I don't know about legally obligated, but emotionally obligated,
That's
and
better.
I will read
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
You put it on the prompter, Bordzy's going to read it. D-Pal, Oilers is in 69.99, even after a loss. He says, on the plus side, we have a goalie. Cup year. We do have a goalie. So he's seeing some of the positive that, once again, not a whole lot to even break down in this one. I like that you mentioned the loose whistle from the Zebras out there this afternoon. Only 2 power plays, 1 for each team in this hockey game, when I think the main storyline for most people would be the chippiness, the physicality, Connor McDavid getting mugged up and down the ice. And I don't want to hear, Bordzy, you're biased. No shit, I am biased towards Connor McDavid. I think anyone watching that game could see the frustration from Connor. He took 2 penalties in this hockey game, and the offense kind of fell to him, this LA Kings team. They know how to defend Connor McDavid and get him frustrated. Him and Drew Doughty going at it, though, was pretty sick. I like 2 Team Canada teammates going at it. It'll be the last time they're teammates. Amen, brother. A couple people in here. What else we got? Pat's fan, Oilers could never win a 1-0 game. I'm sure they have.
They did playoffs, I believe.
There we go. Mash Sports, Peyton's in and says, Jari would have won us this game. Shut up, Peyton. I love you. Connor Ingram, not the issue in this hockey game. He only allows 1 goal.
Where would Jari be slotted? The third line wing? where would he have won the game?
Trying with Nuge and the boys on the
When you don't score any goals, it's hard.
It's tough to win hockey games.
It's tough to win the game.
Final buzzer said power play is temporarily out of order. Yeah, for both teams, man. Which, once again, all we ask for is consistency for a lot of the times from NHL referees. I'll give them that. They were consistent in that hockey game. I think of letting a lot of shit fly and a lot, once again, as I said, what I felt like was just some straight up tackling in the neutral zone. There was the one moment from Trevor Moore where he just saw McDavid without the puck coming down with some speed, and I don't blame the man. It's an effective play, especially when not called, but he just took Connor down without the puck.
Well, you just wondered, like, before the game, did they delete holding and interference from the rule book? Like, maybe that was it, and we just didn't get the memo.
We were spinning the wheel. We missed that part.
Yeah, so
hand up.
You know, it was probably the type of game that should have been like a 4-2 power play, 5-3 power play, something like that. The Oilers power play was good last game. They had 1 look. It was all right. A couple good chances on it, but were not able to score. But it was largely a game played even strength. And, 1 costly error by the Oilers in the first period, a moment where Cody Ceci scrapes a puck off the goal line that would have tied it back in the first. Ingram made a couple really nice saves at the end of the second period.
Lower body looks good for Connor Ingram.
Savoy in front in the third period, a couple other looks. So I thought certain Oilers took a long time to get going in this hockey game. And it's a frustrating one because, the Oilers should have had, a few more power play chances, and McDavid should be right. I mean, he was the only Oiler to take a penalty in this game, and if you watch that game, didn't look like it should have been.
No, absolutely. The Oilers, 11 shots in the third period. I agree with you there. It felt like things woke up a little bit in the third. Once again, say a lot this season, that kind of too little too late, even though it was a 1-goal game for pretty much, the entirety of this hockey game. As Cadino said, typical Boosh moment. Yeah, of course, I saw some of that online, saw some of that in the chat during the hockey game. Felt like Boosh had a couple points in this one, maybe trying to make an extra play. Hasn't been as willing to shoot the puck, and he got burned. Artemi Panarin, he's a pretty good hockey player, and that ended up being the difference in this hockey game. A lot of people upset with the referees. Dana said refs are playoff ready, though. Letting some shit fly. Fair enough.
That's how it's going to be. Kelly Sutherland's going to do a lot of games in the playoffs, Oiler games and otherwise. So, we're going to see a lot of that style allowed to occur. I think the Oilers, they needed to get to the net more. There were opportunities to continue their rush where they stopped up at the dots and waited for others to go weak side and try to, put a puck through a seam. There was a couple times they put the puck on goal, and it led to some chaos after a rebound. But a couple of those, I think they had to continue and try to hack, whack, jam at it to try to get a goal where in a game where, it was very sludgy. And,
good word.
Sludgy games are usually when both teams, are off of back-to-back. The Oilers had a couple of days off. The Kings had a day off. It was a frustrating game considering what was on the line for the Oilers, what was on the line for the Kings. Not an entertaining one. It was second period in particular.
If you don't like that, you don't like true hockey. You don't like structured hockey, Menzies. Saw a lot of that on Reddit during the Oilers game thread of, what do you mean this is boring? Respect the sport a little bit more. Look, I think I get what everybody meant by it wasn't the most thrilling, entertaining contest.
But the Avs and the Wild, it was Avs Stars. I think it was either last weekend or 2 weekends ago. I can't remember exactly when. But it was largely a 1-0 game. But that game, the puck is moving. Puck plays are being made, and it is superior structure that is shutting it down. There were also just a lot of misplays in this type of game. So it was a different style of 1-0 game. But I can see where people are coming from because neither team allowed a ton, It wasn't sloppy in that way. It was sloppy in, if I get burned, I can hook and hold you and stop you from going where you want. And that's going to be allowed today because the refs decided that.
Single-digit high-danger chances for both teams. 9 for the Oilers, 5 for the LA Kings.
And the goaltending was good. I mean,
Forsberg, solid. That's his 4th win in a row. That was his 3rd start in a row.
Yeah.
He had the Oilers shooters looking frustrated at points, and we'll unpack the headlines in just a minute. Do need to give a shout-out again. Derek Dodge, Edmonton, folks. It's the beginning of a new chapter here at Derek Dodge as they are under new ownership. New ownership bringing a fresh approach, new energy, and a renewed focus on customer experience. And right now, they have an unbeatable deal. You see it the bottom of your screen. With every vehicle purchase, you will receive a trip for 2 to Las Vegas. You heard that correct. Trip for 2 and your vehicle, flights, accommodations, everything accounted for. It's tough to beat. Derek Dodge. Visit them 62111 104th Street Northwest at derekdodge.com. Need to mention the voicemail line active in the YouTube chat at the top there. Let it rip. Peyton, I'm curious what you've got for us. Artemi Panarin scores. That'll hurt.
He's already left one.
He's already in.
He's already in. Okay, yeah.
If he's anything, he's punctual. He's ready. He knows his moment. He knows he's now needed on this. Is not proud of it, man enough to say it. I look forward to Peyton's voicemails. Night in, night out. Brett, let's get into some headlines. Wasn't very entertaining. Maybe Drizzy Drake can pick it up for us. Yeah. Now that was a classic LA Kings hockey game. Mix in the fact that this was an afternoon matinee game, and I was ready to fall asleep at points in this one. Boring would be the first word that comes to mind. But once again, boring hockey doesn't mean bad hockey. It was just, I like the word sludgy you used. Yes, everything was
sludgy.
Oily, you might even say, in this hockey game. Low event is the more technical term, but we'll leave it at that. Neither team generated a ton of chances. I just said it. Oilers, 9 high danger, 5 high danger for the LA Kings. Felt like most of this game played in the neutral zone, kind of being held, slashed, held up, whatever. Just not the most offensive thing. If you were betting the over in this game, don't know what you were thinking or if you had done your research with the Oilers' afternoon records, the LA Kings' general style of play, and we know them well as the Edmonton Oilers. The second period was an absolute snooze fest. I was genuinely getting frustrated, yelling out with you guys and going, come on, give me something here. Like, I just looking at a blank sheet of notes. I didn't have a whole heck of a lot going on. I did say the third period, the push came from the Edmonton Oilers. They had 11 shots in that, but it really just wasn't enough. And I want to add on to your point from earlier. The Oilers did not generate nearly enough in front of the net. The Oilers, they had their chances. They had their moments. The LA Kings made their mistakes on top of this one. They just couldn't be opportunistic and give credit. Anton Forsberg was very good in this hockey game. He had Oilers shooters frustrated, but it's the old adage, the classic thinking of, well, if this goaltender's playing great, and he had been above 900 in 3 games coming in before this one, get in the blue paint, muck it up, sludge it up a little bit more in front of him, and it felt like the Oilers just weren't doing that. There was a specific play in the third period, McDavid, Kapanen joining the rush. They're in the offensive zone. McDavid drops it back to Bouchard. Kapanen, where he should just go plant his ass in that blue paint because he knows the Bush bomb is coming. Bush lays it on net, stopped by Forsberg. No real rebound chance, no redirection in front, and I thought that was kind of the perfect encapsulation of what the Edmonton Oilers' offensive effort needed.
Well, and you look at the guys who did do that. You Doc going to the net a lot. He had a tip or two. There were some plays with him in front. Frederick a little bit as well, not quite as often as Doc, but when those two were played together with whether it was Szymanski or different combinations, they had an all right time of it. It was when they were trying to play off the rush, Frederick stopping at the half wall or stopping to wait for help, that things got discombobulated. But there just wasn't enough of that, and McDavid obviously was hooked, held, thrown down. There wasn't going to be a ton of room there. Put Colson and Savoy on the wing, maybe 1 or 2 look each for them throughout the game. Felt like one that needed to be from the blue line, deflected, or that Forsberg didn't see how the Oilers were, going to tie this one up, and they didn't get that play. So, but I did like what I saw from the likes of Doc and Frederick.
I thought he was better than what the fancy stats are telling me here.
Yeah, it's just the puck plays with him. And when he's involved in a rush, what play is going to be made that he's involved with? He's got to be the recipient of that. When he's the one sending it over, not a lot happened. Also, Darnell Nurse was just up into the rush 100 times this game.
He's got 2 moves, and it's dumping it in the corner, throwing a soft wrister into the goaltender's chest.
Like, there was a variety of times that either it was Henrique or Szymanski or whoever was the first player back in the D zone to get the puck because Nurse was so far up ice, and they had a better angle than Murphy did to go back and collect it. So it was,
You legit asked if Darnell Nurse was playing wing tonight. That was a real question that came out of your mouth.
Yeah, well, it was, he was
this afternoon.
25 was up to the rush.
Andrew, you got your wish, pal.
How many times?
Ooh.
Darnell Nurse played wing tonight.
There we go.
So
we'll try Jari at forward next. We've talked about.
I mean, I didn't love that pair overall. I thought it took a while for Murphy to really get going, and Nurse was puck watching a bit, and then this or that. But I did like Doc today.
Totally. He had some speed. He had his boots moving at one point, carrying pucks off the rush, confidence to shoot the puck off the rush as well. And man, he's physical. You talk about the Bash Bros once again, but him and Trent Frederick in total. Freddie finishes with 6 hits. Colton Doc finishes with 6 hits. And that's after they went 7-7 in the Oilers' last game against the San Jose Sharks. That's what you need out of your bottom sixers. And I will say, once again, you joke that, wait for the summer of articles of Trent Frederick. We're about to see what the real Trent Frederick is because, I mean, once again, you'd have to be blind to not see it. Over the last post-winter games, back half of the season, it's still not anything crazy to write home about, but he has found his identity in his role of mucking it up and being a physical presence, firing in on the forecheck, making life hell on defensemen for the opposition, and I thought those two did it again. The Bash Bros.
I did add that none of those articles were going to be written by me.
Yeah.
I'll leave if others want to state that
You need
case.
some Freddie Kool-Aid? Because we got it. We're going to have it.
And this is a game, too. Not that Hyman's great with the puck necessarily, but especially Draisaitl, the guys on the Oilers that can make puck plays.
We're missing a couple.
They're missed them, and they were felt. And when the depth, which has been scoring really well throughout this stretch overall, some of the best production from the bottom 6 we've seen, well, all season long has been the last 12 games, approximately. But you have another scenario where you're down to 11 forwards in the first period, right? And so now you're going to all these combinations again and trying to find something to go. And would it be Roslovic on a rush? Would it be Savoy in front? Or could Podkolzin do something? You know what I mean? So they're stretched a little thin. It's felt in a game like this where the margin was so thin. But if you get a rolling puck to cross the goal line instead of CC, I just think they had to manufacture their luck a little bit more in this game.
That's what I mean. Going in the front, muck and grind. You got to score a greasy one to kind of open up the floodgates in a bit. And I don't like doing this. But I guess we have to give the LA Kings some credit. They are playing good hockey right now. They are boring as shit. We all know it. We all see it. They're getting results nonetheless, dude. They just closed out a 7-game homestand. That could be, or that definitely was Kopitar's last regular season home game. Could be his last home game if the LA Kings don't make it in to the NHL playoffs. But 5-1-1 in that 7-game homestand. So whatever they're doing, it's working. But at what cost, I would say. I joke to you guys that LA is the entertainment capital of the world. And they're rolling out that shit night in and night out. It's tough to watch. But star power's in the building. Will Ferrell, Steve Carell. We'll chirp them later on in the show as we get into hour 2.
Well, the best line of the hockey game was Kopitar, Kempe, and now Panarin, right? Like they were the best line. Obviously, they score the one goal.
They were good on Connor McD.
Yeah, they were good. And the Oilers weren't very good in the dot in the first 2 periods either. And, the stretch, they got better in the third period. McDavid started winning a lot more draws. And then in that sequence where the Kings were icing it every time, they tried, I think it was 4 consecutive draws. And you had McDavid take 2, then you had Nuge take 1, then you had Lazar thrown out there to try to win on the other dot and just couldn't quite do it. So, again, the margin's thin in a game like this with how the Kings play.
Sorry if you guys have been hearing me clacking away on this side here.
Oh, you're clacking.
I have something cooking up in ChatGPT that you that you have kind of got my brain going for it, so I'm trying to make it work, but excuse me if you hear anything that's going on.
Okay.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you. AI's been pretty chill for me.
I like the Mr. AI over here, eh?
I don't know what to tell you.
Screw humans. You should have heard him out there earlier. He was like, what would have been better than Eli drawing Macklin Celebrini is if I just put it in the chat
3D printed Macklin Celebrini in front of me. If I gave you Macklin Celebrini as a clone. Yeah. We do need to talk about the physicality because stuff got chippy out there this afternoon. There was definitely some playoff physicality. There was a lot of big hits. Tension picked up right where they left off, felt like, between this Oilers and Kings team. And, I think they said on the broadcast at one point that was the 40-something hockey game between the Oilers and Kings over the last 5 years. We know they do not like each other, and it looked like it. Connor McDavid and Drew Doughty getting into that scrum was awesome. Doughty was drilling him in the back with cross-checks in front of the net, and Connor, you could see the frustration. He didn't want to take any more of that. He turned back, gave Doughty a shot. They went at it a little bit. At first, I was like, oh, my God, did a punch just get thrown? Not really, glove-on type situation, but they were face-to-face, chirping the shit out of each other. They got coincidental minors. We saw Trent Frederick throwing some big hits. Scott Lawton blew up Josh Szymanski.
Yeah.
It was a little late, a little questionable of a late hit at that point. That ensued an entirely different scrum. The referees, once again, were letting a lot of stuff slide today, and they were being consistent in it, but nothing like some good old playoff animosity here as we round out the regular season. Shit got chippy, dude.
Well, but even before that, McDavid and Doughty, cross-check fest, McDavid was tripped when he's in the slot there. And there was a trip with about 40 seconds left in the corner as well. There was some frustrating moments like that. I thought it was gonna sustain in that second period, especially that energy level, that chippiness. It kind of frayed away the longer the game went along, and the Oilers took some control, but certainly some jam. I mean, look, if you were the LA Kings, who would you hate more than the Edmonton Oilers? I mean, the Oilers crush and kill their dreams April after April after April. And the Kings have scraped their way through a record-breaking number of overtimes and found
legendary
a way.
Season from the LA Kings.
Yeah, it's true. They'll talk about this one for
forever.
Days.
On ONE, they'll talk about it forever.
But, yeah, there's going to be some of that hatred, and you could just see, I don't know where this Kings team is going beyond this season. That's the way they've got to play to win a hockey game. Then that's the way they got to play. But they've got things to figure out.
I want to give a quick message here. Last call for voicemails, folks. You got to get them in earlier today because Battle has to bounce. He's got some other stuff going on. Battle we love in sport.
Battle.
And he's got to bounce. So get him in quick. Last call. We're going to give it like another 5-10 minutes, and then he's going to give us what he has, and then he can bounce on out of here because Saturday afternoon matinee means the boys actually get to live their lives a little bit this evening, and I'm thankful for that. This was final game of the road trip for the Edmonton Oilers. 3-game trip that they go, one...
That's it on the road this regular season.
Yeah, I was just going to say that is the final road game, yes, because they have the Avalanche on Monday and then the Vancouver Canucks on Thursday. We do have some sounds in the room. One, Chris Knobloch spoke to the media post-game about his team's play tonight and the Oilers road trip in general. Let's take a listen.
What did you think of your team's effort here today?
I thought the effort was great. I thought they worked hard. We did a lot of good things. We did make some mistakes. I thought Ingram played really well. I thought we had enough scoring chances to get certainly more than one goal tonight, and their goalie played well, and we missed some really good opportunities.
1-1-1 on this 3-game road trip. How do you assess the overall workload on this road trip, Chris?
I think we played fairly well in 2 of the games. I think the first one that we lost in overtime in Utah was, the one that we didn't play our best, but that happens. We're playing the right style hockey, and we're doing the right things. And some nights it just doesn't go your way, and you can't get a goal. And tonight was that night.
Afternoon, Chris Knobloch. One for him there, producer Brett, as well. See? Happens to everybody a little bit. He did mention at one point there, thought Connor Ingram was good in this one, as did I. Himgram stopping 20 of 21 for a .952 save percentage on the afternoon. He is 1.03 goals saved above expected. And I was a little bit worried about how he would hold up in this hockey game. Obviously, he had what we suspect to be a lower body injury. 6 minutes left in the second period, Wednesday's game against San Jose. He left that one in the third, but he was at practice yesterday, and he finished the entire thing no worse for wear. We were surprised it wasn't going to be Tristan Jarry in the net for the Oilers. I think that tells you the want for clinchmas this afternoon for the Oilers. But Ingram was in the crease, and much like practice yesterday, looked no worse for wear. He made a sprawling toe save, Splitsville with his toe in the second period, and we all went, all right, that was the confidence save that I needed to see that, yeah, he does look fine. He robbed Quentin Byfield in tight with his blocker. Yeah. At one point, he stopped Edmondson seconds later with his glove where, yeah, he was a little bit late coming over, but he made the stop. Beautiful windmill on that one as well. I mean, he had some good stops in this, 20 of 21. Once again, Payton. The Oilers didn't score any goals in this hockey game. Pretty tough to win when you do that. And I'd say, man, he stopped 20 of 21. He had a .952. Connor Ingram, quality start meter, thumbs up.
Yeah, for sure. He was engaged. We're all worried about his mobility and how is he and everything. And, he looked good. Even in the third, you mentioned a lot of the highlights, I think, for him with the blocker save coming across. Maybe the Kings' only scoring chance, that tip from Lafreniere, or Laferriere, rather. Yeah. He made the stop there, too. So, no, I mean, Ingram provided a very good start. Panarin rips it by his ear.
He's good.
He's a good player.
I was going to say he gets paid a lot of money, and then I went, His new extension really isn't a lot of money.
It's he's an elite player. He's one of the most elite offensive threats in the league, and the whole sequence leading up. That's turnovers at your ozone blue line are killers, and that one was a killer. Bouchard, he kind of fumbles the puck, and I just thought Bouchard all road trip. Not as engaged as I think he needs to be here as the Oilers are trying to trend toward the playoffs. Here's a play, even when he had opportunities to shoot the puck or move the puck in the breakout, just dusting it off a little bit, not making that read and trusting it and going, sort of second guessing, which doesn't take that long in the NHL to have that cost you. And today it did. The Oilers on this road trip, too, allow the first goal on the first shot, and then second shot today. I don't think they started poorly because it was about 8 minutes in that the Kings score. It was a very even game state before then, but it was one turnover and then just the Kings' second shot. So something that, they'll need to work on because the Oilers, for the majority of the Draisaitl era, hadn't been giving up a ton in the first periods. Here in the road, that trended in the other direction.
That was the second shot, correct?
Yes.
Of the hockey game?
Yeah.
Improvement for the Edmonton Oilers.
I suppose.
Last two games, they've allowed the first shot. We thought it was a Skinner thing, Pickard thing, Jack Campbell thing. No. It's in our blood. It's in the orange and blue.
My masterpiece is done.
Okay. Okay, what do you got for us?
You mentioned earlier the Bash Brothers. And it kind of got me thinking. I was thinking of the Bashers.
Like where this is going.
Who used to be a wrestling tag team. They were twins. But then when I looked it up, I thought Bash Brothers, oh my goodness, the Oakland Athletics. Right. Duh. But I'm not.
Steroids.
I'm not going to put Canseco and Mark McGuire for Colton Dock and Trent Frederick. No. I'm going to put the Lonely Island version of the Bash Brothers.
Oh, that's unbelievable, Brett. Oh,
wow. The one on the right definitely looks a little better than as Trent Frederick, but the one on the left is real. It's kind of like the bubbly of Colton Dock. It's the idea of Colton Dock, but it's there.
That's fantastic, Brett. If you haven't ever seen the Bash Brothers thing on Netflix, Lonely Island, it's pretty good. Wow, we got to send that to them. I think even they would appreciate that. Throw that up in the room. Send that to Jack Michaels or Gene.
There you go. Wow.
Brett, excellent. See, AI, not so bad.
Well, why are we thanking Brett?
Everyone drink a cup of water.
My masterpiece.
I'm an artist.
I'm a digital graphic designer, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
But I think this will be coming to theaters near you. But also, I love having players with monikers. I just love having lines like that. Put an initial to it. I love
We're a
lines
nickname
like this.
show.
We're a nickname show. Let's embrace the Bash Brothers. Why not?
That's nice. People enjoyed it. Maj Sports said Colton Dock is a fucking dog. Yeah. The other thing I just want to mention with Boosh, you just saw it in the highlight there. Tough turnover to start a hockey game.
I'd say so.
You see everybody online immediately coming out with their pitchforks, and Boosh wasn't a great one for him. I just want to piggyback on your point there. There's some hesitation from Evan Bouchard lately, and once again, it's not like it's a whole second of hesitation, but it's split-second decisions that can often be the difference between elite playmaking ability and what you saw there on your screen, the puck going the other way, and Artemi Panarin burying into the back of the net. He was fumbling pucks at the blue line, and even more than that, it's just hesitation with the ability to the Boosh bomb. You have one of the best shots in the entire NHL. I sound like a broken record. I keep saying it night in, night out, but on this power play or in general, if you don't got Leon Draisaitl with that shot, Bouchard needs to take it upon himself to let it rip, and it just feels fumbling, a little extra deke here and there. Intern battle once again, getting a little fired up at points.
There was a little,
with Evan Bouchard with the extra plays.
uneasiness.
That's when you know you've gone too far. When the intern is starting to turn into a werewolf a little bit there at Oilers Nation HQ, and Bouch just felt like, again, and I think this applies to a lot of players this afternoon, that simplify a little bit, trying to make the pretty play.
So here's a question.
Here's an answer.
Do you think all this Norris Trophy discussion playing in Bouchard's head a little bit?
I want to say no. And I do think in general that the Edmonton Oilers, their MO, they have been very vocal about it. That all we care about, throw up the X next to our name, just need a ticket to the dance. We know McDavid, he's not one who cares much for records, trophies, whatever. Evan Bouchard in his last interview when he hit 90 points, they asked him about it and he was like, hell yeah. Like, I am proud to hit 90 points. And he's aware that he's hit 90 points. I'm going to say no, and then I don't think it affects into that. But I will say, just the human emotion, there's no way that he hasn't thought about it. And once again, the goal is the goal. But to be human, you're going to be distracted by that at points. I know me, once again, that's why I'm not a professional athlete or an elite NHL defenseman. Oh, I'd be thinking about it.
It's just become such a plant your flag argument here the last few weeks, especially.
But I don't think Bush is also
online.
a guy who's much
doom
scrolling away, or is he?
Well, I don't know, but
Brett goes.
I think I think the
they
players
must hate our fucking guts.
I think the players are a little bit more aware, and certainly, like Owen's been involved in that. I don't have a strong take whether he should win the Norris or not. I haven't watched enough Columbus games, but there's certainly been this online back and forth of now, let's clip every mistake. Oh, Werenski had a bad game. Flip it back that way. Or, okay, here's a Bouchard mistake. Oh, well, now he can't possibly win. I think it's just become such this, okay, we're going to rally behind this argument here. I'm just curious if you think he's like aware of this whole discourse that is going on around him.
I think a lot of the stuff that we see in the discussion surrounding the Norris Trophy, I think a lot of people are trying to make it more of a moments trophy, a moments award. There's so many people that are trying to go, look at this moment from Evan Bouchard. Look at this moment from Zach Werenski. This guy deserves it. This guy doesn't deserve it. And that's just not at all what the trophy is. And I feel like a lot of the discussion of the Norris Trophy is just very in the wrong part of the discussion. I just think we're talking way too micro of the trophy than what's really the trophy is about, and it's how you play as a defenseman. There are going to be moments. There are 82 games in a season, and if you're one of the best defensemen on your team, that means you're going to be playing a lot more minutes, and there's going to be a lot of times, little moments where you sit there and go, oh, I messed up. That's a bad play. It's how you make it up. And Evan Bouchard is one of the best in the league of picking himself up and making the next play. So I just think there's way too many times where we talk about moments rather than the whole thing in general.
I think it's become a very superficial argument, and it's highlights versus lowlights constantly with none of the actual hockey in the middle. As I say that, if we're going to judge moments, Evan Bouchard, hat-trick, 6-point night. That has to be the best moment of all the defensemen. Well, so we win on that, Brett.
There are the moments where he's celebrated, and rightfully so. He could score an overtime winner. He holds the puck in when Byfield can't clear it in Game 3. Moments like that. So I totally understand your point, Brett, because I think to a large extent that's right. But moments, are they moments or are they trends? And there is a tendency in Bouchard's game. When he isn't playing well, he's more lackadaisical with the puck. He isn't as sure-handed, and that can lead to turnovers. He's not the brawler type. He's not a Connor Murphy style of defenseman where he's going to lay the body. He can play positionally well when he's dialed in and focused. I think he's elevated, and he is he's somewhere in the top 5, top 10 discussion, but I can't tell you with any certainty whether he's had a better season than Werenski. He certainly put up more points,
I have not watched the Jackets unless they're playing the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, so I just think it's just been such a vocal argument out there for those online about his play. I just wonder if some of it was trickling into his ears.
Bush is just like one of the most polarizing players in the NHL.
He really
you either
is.
love him or you hate him. He's done fantastic things. He's been elite in the playoffs in the regular season. Wasn't named to Team Canada. Weird year because I felt like he got like respect and clout when he wasn't playing hockey more than any other time than he's actually played hockey, which is just so how ass backwards this whole debate discussion is around Evan Bouchard. And I hope he stays away from it, and I hope one day post-career that he can sit and laugh about it and be like, man, like, that shit was wild. How much everybody talks about me in everything under the rainbow. Final thing we got to mention just before we'll end highlights, Anton Forsberg. Good. Very, very good afternoon for him. I won't lie to you. Was cursing his name at points. Stopped 27 of 27 in this hockey game. Absolutely perfect. I mentioned it. He had Oilers shooters looking skyward at points. Frustration was there. And we mentioned on pre-gaming that Darcy Kemper, his play has cooled off as of late. And Forsberg's, boom. I mean, he just had a shutout. And he had the last 3 games that he'd played, all of them well above 900. He's getting hot right now, and I joked with you on about goalie controversy on pre-gaming. Looks like that might continue after that performance.
Well, yeah, Forsberg, and they'll maybe have some time to figure it out depending on how Nashville does and some of the, I guess weaker opponents that they'll face. So Forsberg was good. He really came out and challenged well, particularly on the one power play. Got some help from Cody Ceci. Ceci probably made the play of the game to scrape that one off the goal line, right? So, but Forsberg was good. He was the first star. He deserved to be. Didn't allow one. That's what'll get you a first star performance. So, it's a good night from him and a guy who the Oilers have over the years done pretty well against. So,
pretty well against.
Yeah.
Want to know some pretty good food?
I'd love to, yeah.
Oodle Noodle, baby.
Yeah.
Download their app or head down to one of their many locations in the Edmonton and Calgary area. Now take advantage of the $2 deal on top of any regular or premium box. For just $2, you can add 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 deep fried wontons. Shout out Oodle Noodle. Walk box. Would never, could never, has never. It's like gang stuff going on for noodle competition in the city. You don't step on my turf, brother. We'll kick it off with the good. I went with Connor Ingram for this afternoon's contest. Caught myself right there. Almost did it. He wasn't really all that tested in this hockey game, but as I just mentioned, he made 20 of 21 stops for a .952 save percentage. We were concerned about the injury. Was he being rushed too fast into this? Now, we did say he benefited from a 2-day break since the Oilers' Wednesday game against the San Jose Sharks. Was very surprised to see him in the crease for this one. Thought it would be Tristan Jarry. Jarheads like Payton were getting excited all over the city. But then it's Ingram, and he went out and was, once again, it's the only word I use to describe him, solid. He was good, made more than enough stops. You allow 1 goal against the LA Kings, you would think the Oilers' offense could score their way out of it. Connor Ingram, he was, I might even say, great.
Yeah, do you start a Monday? Avalanche? Strength on strength here?
I think so. And then you wait till Vancouver in the final game of the season. Will it matter? What's the Pacific Division going to look like? Also, quick update. Flyers up 3-1 on the Jets.
Ooh.
9 minutes into the game, they're up 3-1.
Hellebuck's deal with the devil that is expiring here, and the devil's about to come back.
Damn, that's some goals flying right now. But there you see the 2 games remaining. Yes, because I want the first place in the Pacific Division. Once again, I think we as fans wanted a whole lot more than Oilers players, or at least Oilers players are letting off in interviews when a million cameras are all stuck in their faces. But for me, yeah, I would be starting Ingram. And I like how you said it, strength on strength. Got to put your best foot forward against the best team in the league.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will too. I want to just mention here about the Oilers as a road team, because the Oilers started this season. It's no secret. They struggled on the road. That was a tough start to the year through October and November. A large part of their road schedule was played in the early part of the season. So in the calendar year of 2026, the Oilers are, with this recent loss, 9-5-3 on the road. But really, if you go back even further, really just when the long road trip ended, when the Oilers won in Florida, from that point onward.
Is that like November or something?
Yeah, November in the 20s probably, late-ish November. The Oilers from that point on the road, 14-8-3. They've been a darn good road team for the most part, and they've gotten over that early struggle. So just something to pay attention to. It's been something that I think has kept them in this whole Pacific Division race, is that, okay, especially in division, they've had a good head-to-head record, but their overall road play, I think, has been much more consistent than their home play this year. Overall, it's been what's kept them in the mix.
And 9-5-3, you said, was that since when is that?
The calendar year of 2026, so since January 1st.
I'll take that. Turn the page. Here we go.
That's not a bad mark. It was really the Oilers struggled lots against the Eastern Conference this year.
November 22nd was the end of that road trip.
Yeah.
So after that is when they started to turn it on. Anything else for good that needs to be mentioned?
Well, we haven't mentioned Adam Henrique in this hockey game.
Ah, yes, Rico. Where were you at now? He doesn't end up on the score sheet in this hockey game, but Rico was sneaky all over it offensively in this hockey game. All over it everywhere. He had 15 minutes time on ice. He had 3 hits. He had 2 blocks. He had 4 shots. And that fourth line, they had some opportunities and they had some moments. It was, once again, it's been few and far between this season when we can point out that Rico has been that solid. Scoring chances 9-4 when he was on the ice. High danger 4-1. Expected goals for percentage of 78%. Rico, gold star for you, my man.
So they needed some play driving going on, other than, when McDavid was being held, hooked, thrown down, interfered with, obstructed, and all that.
Hoodwinked, bamboozled.
Yeah, all the polysyllabic words. So Henrique, I thought, played pretty well in this hockey game, and has shown some better signs, I think, since getting off the schneid, off the wicked long drought. It's just going to be interesting to see now how the forwards all mesh together with Jones going down. Didn't really get any reports afterward and was just in a lot of pain.
That leads us into the bad, because the bad I picked for this game was minimum Jones, I guess you would say, for this hockey game. Oil to the max, pour one out. We're worried about him. Oh.
Talk about minimum, Jones.
Yeah, whoa.
Hey, that's meta. That's meta. That's artistic. Way to go, Bert. But he left the game in the first periods, crashed into the boards in the O-zone. Once again, you couldn't really see that good of an angle of it from where it had happened. Did not look good. I'm not a doctor, but it did look pretty scary. He was in a fair amount of pain. Needed to be helped off the ice. Writhing once again, much like Jason Dickinson recently. It looked to be quite painful of an injury. Now, quick shout out to Bet365 because we bet on him for an anytime goal. So the first goal, we bet him as first goal scorer as well.
Yeah.
That one is a loss straight up because he was in the game. But because he got injured in the first period and didn't return for periods 2 and 3, we will get our money back.
Yeah, so in terms of the wheel, tough. Now the wheel 6 for 12, really kind of 6 for 11.5. If you want to look at it that way, it chose Podkolzin as the first goal scorer. Jones is the anytime. So tough one there, and it was tough in the game. It just puts them in a spot again where they have to play 11 forwards throughout the majority of the hockey game, and that they've just been doing that a lot lately. And Jones isn't a huge loss in the context of the season. We don't know where it will go. They've got a lot of replaceable pieces in the bottom 6. But because they have Draisaitl and Hyman out, those pieces have to elevate, and then you have to include more players. So, I would say there's a good chance we're seeing Owen Michaels here in one, or if not both.
Owen Michaels?
Hyman, we'll see about Hyman too. and whether he's good enough to go Monday or Thursday. That matches what Novelak was saying with the timeline. We still haven't gotten really a word of Dickinson, what that is, and then Jones as well. But, Michaels is already up with the team. They signed him. They can't send him down. Or is it going to be Owen Michaels?
Feels like it. Saw some discussion already online being like, all right, Ike, now's your time, brother. This Oilers team is running through some injury hell right now. No Leon Draisaitl, no Hyman. Janmark, whose name we hadn't mentioned in a while, said it on pre-gaming today. Felt good to get him a mention in the show once again, but boys are up against it. I do believe Adam Henrique spoke to the media post-game this afternoon talking about losing Max Jones and some of the injury luck the Oilers have been facing. Let's take a listen.
Disappointed of seeing Max Jones go down with an injury. You guys are all talking about how much he's provided with this.
Yeah, he's been great. Since he got called back up again, he's provided a spark in here when we need it. Great to be around in the locker room, having fun, those sorts of things. They make a big difference, especially this time of year when everything's ramped up and everything's tight and just being light, making sure we're smiling, having a good time in here, and so hopefully he's all right.
I'm curious what this means for our possible Oil to the Max t-shirts that we've been trying to cook up here at Oilers Nation.
Bad news.
Don't feel good about that, and it probably explains why Jay is the boss, because he didn't just blindly say yes the moment we presented this idea live on ONE. Probably smart, probably saved a couple bucks there. Once again, we don't know the extent of the injury. In fact, have we seen anything online
I can't even
here?
find a video of it either.
Yeah, I saw it on. Maybe I'll try and chase it from Reddit because I saw somebody did post something.
Mackay and Dry says something interesting, and I don't know. I know there's a lot of conversation about his injury, but Clattenburg to replace the type of juice. Do you want something else?
Okay, so who else are our options? Quinn Hudson.
And Howard.
Ike Howard.
Owen Michaels.
Yeah.
Because we had the full squad in there this afternoon because Lazar came back in because Dickinson.
Yeah.
And once again, I got nothing to base this off of, just his reaction, how he went down on Wednesday. We're not seeing Jason Dickinson for the rest of the regular season. I don't think that's going to be a likelihood. Would like to still, though. Clattenburg, maybe. I feel like there's been a push from Oilers fans, and Bob Stauffer included, to get Connor Clattenburg back in the lineup. But you talk about replacing a role, and you need it in the fourth line. A lot of Oilers bottom six players, you're right, have been elevated now to different spots in the top six, and you need your prototypical fourth line grinder play, so that could be Connor Clattenburg. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't complain if Connor Clattenburg was the call-up.
Better goals per hour for Clattenburg than Matthias Janmark, so
Wow.
just saying.
Sign this man to a no-movement clause right now. Give him a 3-year deal. Let's go.
But who's going to play with the puck?
McDavid will be
Well,
playing
you know
with
what I
all
mean?
of
Like,
them.
Is it supposed to be Max Jones?
well, no, it wasn't supposed to be Max Jones, but now you're getting into a
Disrespect,
scenario
Brett. The man's good.
where
Toey per
they're-
60 is pretty good.
No, but they're bleeding out players,
Oh, yeah.
right?
With offensive touch.
Some of them with offensive touch, and some of them that provide something that is more on the physical and emotional end of things. But you also need guys to play with the puck, right? If everyone's talking about, Trent Frederick, man, plays are dying a little bit here and there. Like, I think the Oilers have, they have areas of that covered. I'm not trying to shut down Clattenburg. I'm just saying, like, who's gonna make puck plays? You still need guys to make puck plays.
I
here.
know a guy on the Bakersfield Condors that makes puck plays and is known to be quite offensive. And then I guess if you wanted to go the best of both worlds, probably say Quinn Hudson would be that name of a guy that, yes, has the offensive puck driver ability at points. I think he just hit 30 goals, correct, in the AHL.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to our boy Quinn Hudson. So maybe he's the lesser of two evils. Chat, let me know who you thinking. Ryan S. said Pickard can play forward. He's good in the room. Got to bring him back for the room.
Yeah. So Clattenburg has played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games upon returning. I mean, he's a PIM machine. He gets involved in that way. We know that, and he's got moxie. I just don't think that's not the area that the Oilers are lacking.
But once again, I guess if things go to plan, Zach Hyman could be back Monday against the Colorado Avalanche. It's an interesting conversation to have, especially as standings watch is so all up in the air right now, where, yes, hey, the Oilers, if Flyers close this out, could clinch tonight and have their ticket to the dance throwing up the X. But if the goal is more than that and you want the 1 seed in the Pacific, this whole conversation, because, I mean, if that's not your goal, I'd be like, okay, just throw in Owen Michaels and let him Iron Lotus and let's get the hell out of here and get ready for the NHL playoffs. But who knows?
I'm curious how the organization views like what their depth chart is of the bubble players that are having good seasons in the NHL, because each have gotten runway this year, and most recently it was Roby Traventia, right? So another name that's in this mix. Hudson, it's been a while. Howard, it's been a while.
Let's give the Oilers farm system some credit here, though. We've had several names that we could mention while we already have guys. Jones playing 20 games. Szymanski playing 20 games. Curtis Lazar has been a dog all season. Quinn Hudson has been up with the squad. Ike Howard.
All well
Alec Regul. No,
Stop it. All well qualifying for the AHL playoffs.
Yeah.
fucking rights, boys. Let's go. It's another super chat in here from Banky. Can't see what the rest of your name is. $10. Not a very fun watch today, but I don't give a fuck because I love my King Ingram. He's been solid AF. This game makes me feel better going into the playoffs than if we had an 8-6 win or something. Cup year.
Cup year.
The Oilers, once again, showing they can muck it up. They can, I guess for the Oily, scrum it up because that was oily this afternoon. Oh, sorry, Brett. Nothing's working for the Oilers, Oil Country. Felt like a playoff game out there. Once again, these two teams know each other. They hate each other's guts. It was, I can't remember the number, Brett, but it was when we were listening, and this was game 40-something between, I want to say 45 or 44, something like that.
Yeah.
Between the Oilers and the LA Kings over the last 5 seasons. They hate each other's guts. Kings know how to defend Connor McDavid. They were doing it during the play, after the play, when he had the puck, when he didn't have the puck. It really didn't matter. Zebras were letting them get away with it in this one. And hey, that I felt like that was a little glimpse into what things are going to look like in the NHL playoffs. We know it better than anyone. Connor McDavid doesn't always get the calls that he should get. But it's, at this point, 10 years into his NHL career, I'm not surprised anymore, and he's not either. It's something he's dealt with for years and will continue to deal with. The Oily, scrumming it up this afternoon.
Scrumming it up, yeah. Well, and McDavid was, a key piece of that because obviously DJ Smith's game plan was to have everybody, get in front of him, hold him, slow him down as much as he can. Another player did that a lot was Edmondson, who we haven't mentioned. Drowdy. Just
drowsy.
his play. But Doughty, obviously, with the cross-check fest and somehow on a trip before that. Yeah, it had a little bit of that nastiness to it, but never really got to a huge level where it was going to become a big talking point. It would have been interesting if the penalties had been called throughout the game, how that would have impacted the scrums. Would it have actually gotten more physical and been more of a, specialty teams game, how that would have played into it, but not the case.
Yeah, who knows? Could have policed the game, could have set shit ablaze. Who knows? We've seen a lot of different hockey games between the Oilers and the LA Kings. Also, I like Bo. So I just took a stray shot at Alec Regula for no reason. He goes, Regula might look okay now that we play a better defensive game altogether. Yes, totally. And I don't want to be a dick to Alec Regula. He's 25 years young. It was unnecessary of me to have to do that.
Don't make me laugh.
Yeah.
There's just so
Brett's
many.
not a Regula guy, and Brett's never been. I don't know if Brett ever will be a Regula guy.
I tried to be. I wanted to be.
Did you?
I did.
I don't hate Regula. I don't hate Regula.
There was those flashes. There
How
was
could you
that,
hate? He's 25 years old. He's barely played for the Oilers.
that
They see
game.
something in him.
That game where he got his first assist, and he was all over the ice.
That was nasty.
He had a great game in the offensive zone. The defensive zone, however, the position he plays,
Defense, man.
different story.
Yeah, he might just turn out to be kind of that fringe, like, AHL defenseman who, when he gets put on waivers, teams claim him, but he could just be in that sort of cycle.
Troy Stetcher?
Stetcher, the way
It's a
Noah
fine NHL career.
Philp, but I didn't mind when I saw it from Regula at the beginning of the year. But the Oilers' defense, the way it was to start the year, certainly didn't do any help. And Darnell Nurse is not the type of defensive pair where he's going to, okay, kid, I got you. Don't worry. Latch beside me and things will be just fine.
Yeah, but he's 6'4" and he can move the puck, guys.
Yeah.
Just wait. He's 25.
Well,
Facts are stats. Stats are facts. Thank you for both the stats and the facts.
yeah, like, I don't know where he will end up going, but
it's a post-game show. He didn't play it.
I don't know if he gets
I shouldn't have mentioned his name because look what happened.
Does Alec Regula get to 200 NHL games played?
Yes.
What do you think he's at now?
I bet he's at 45.
This is the type of hijinks you get after the type of game we witnessed.
He has played. What's your guess? I already looked.
How many he's played?
NHL games has he played?
35.
I said
Well,
45.
I guess it was going to be 50.
You said 35?
50.
51 games.
Yeah.
Closest without going over, Michael Menzies.
I looked, but yeah.
45, I didn't look.
It had just loaded as you asked me. But the Oilers are just, and this was
Rat son of a bitch.
even with the news in the pregame. Okay, TJ Hughes is going to Colorado. Well, how many 20 to 25-year-olds are the Oilers going to have? I mean, and they're in on Witt Oswald, the German Oswald. I haven't heard Oswald since the Drew Carey show.
Oh.
You thought I was going to go there. I zagged you, Oswald. I don't think that was Ryan Stiles' character. I think it was the other one was Oswald.
I don't know.
You're talking about Lee.
Yeah, not Harv. No. The librarian? The librarian. You're shocking.
Those are three different
The
people.
financier. The financier.
I'll settle this. I'll call Jack Ruby right now, and we'll settle this.
Okay, quick couple housekeeping notes. We're done with our sounds in the room. We only had 2. Tristan had to bounce. Sounds in the room. We're brought to you by your Prairie Toyota dealers. Awesome friend we have here on Oilers Nation After Dark. Looking to dominate off the ice as much as your team does on it? Well, check out the Toyota Tacoma. Its standard I-Force engine boasts an impressive towing capacity of up to 6,400 pounds. In fact, it's the most powerful Tacoma ever. So whether you're hauling gear to the rink or heading to an away game, you can tackle it with ease. The available panoramic multi-terrain view monitor gives you a live underfloor view to navigate even the toughest terrain with ease. When it's time to load up, the available power liftgate makes loading your gear in and out a cinch. Experience power, capability, and convenience with the Toyota Tacoma.
There's been a couple comments just to refresh people about what's on the line in terms of the clinch. As long as the Jets don't win in regulation, the Oilers clinch. Nashville cannot catch the Oilers. The Oilers have the tiebreaker over Vegas. They have the tiebreaker over Anaheim. They would have the tiebreaker over the Preds. People are cheering for the Preds. I think people are cheering for the Preds to try to knock out the Kings from that wild card spot because they don't like the Kings.
I'll join you on that bandwagon.
Yeah, why would you like them?
Oh, so Preds did beat the Wild 2-1.
It's a big win for them. Good for them to gut it out and keep their season alive. Because they've just been so up and down lately on these must-win scenarios. So
it's been a snail fight or snail race to get into the final wild card
Yeah.
spot here in the Western Conference. Preds 1 point back. We'll do our standings watch at the end of the show as well, but there are games going on in Vegas plays Colorado later tonight at 8 p.m. So buckle up, buckaroo, for that one. Let's go to Who Was Wearing the Jeans, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky, because only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhock name. Made from 100% Alberta beef, their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. They gladly fill orders of any size, and you can find their jerky, sausage, and other products out of their Leduc location. For more information and to get your jerky on, head on over to willhawkbeefjerky.com. Play along in the chat. Throw them in there if you got them. Who do you think was wearing the jeans in this hockey game? I got two candidates. One that I have no problem saying it, and one that always makes me feel bad when I say it. But I feel like my candidate might be what you're going to say, so I'll let you go first.
The refs?
No, okay, go ahead. No, I had a different one. I had an Oiler.
Yeah, I just, in one of these, like, I think there's some Oiler candidates for sure, but I mean, this could have just been called like a normal hockey game, and we could have at least had the discussion. Okay, you know, I'm not saying that it changes the result. We don't know what the Oilers' power play would do. Certainly, in the era of Draisaitl and Hyman in the power play, you'd feel a lot more confident. They were coming off a game where they were 3 for 3. They were 0 for 1.
LA penalty kill 30th in the NHL as well.
Yeah, and the Oilers should have been on the kill more at least once, maybe twice, but the Oilers should have had a handful of power plays in this game. I just didn't care for the standard that was set overall in the game. I just didn't think it lended itself to it was a drag down type of game to keep it close instead of letting players really impact it. It was all about clutch and grab. And, you know, I don't, it's not blaming, well, it is blaming the officials to some degree, just about how the game flowed. And it made this poor product.
Final buzzer said, I fear my boy Nuge was a tad denim this afternoon. Davin also said Nuge. Dana said Wallman or Nurse. When I said there was two names and the one I feel bad about whenever I chirp him, that might have been the guy in Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. But my pick, he was fighting it in this hockey game. Kasperi cheeks clapping and was not good at all in this hockey game. And you look at some of his fancy numbers. 1446 time on ice at 5v5. Not good. Expected goals for percentage of 29%. Scoring chances were 3 to 10 when he was on the ice. High danger 0-2. I felt like he was a step behind on a lot of plays. And once the Oilers went down to 11 forwards, everybody was getting worked in with Connor McDavid. 42 Cheeks had some shifts with Connor, and I felt like he was just passive, just deferring, watching a lot of puck watching, 97, trying to make the play. And I mentioned that one moment earlier. It was him and McDavid coming down the wing. They dropped it to Bush, clear shooting lane to the net. Kapanen doesn't even attempt to get in front of the net. Forsberg sees it easily, swallows it up, whistle goes, defensive zone draw, and the LA Kings win it, take it out of the zone. And that's the kind of stuff that had me frustrated in this hockey game. I'm going to say it. I think Kapanen's been dwindling, or he's been trending down, I will say, over the last couple games, so hopefully he can find it. Remember, I think it was the Utah game. Him, Roslovic, and Nuge had like an all-time bad game for a trio.
Spinning like a top.
We saw Kapanen then be moved down to the fourth line. He's fighting it right now, and I thought he was definitely fighting it. The moment I said it, producer Brett behind the camera went, as that. So I think, you bagging what I'm mowing? You picking up what I'm laying down?
Well, hold on. First of all, that's not what I looked like. What the fuck was that? That's not what I did. Make me look cooler, thank you.
He can talk. It's that he can't read.
He can
talk.
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, what the hell?
I almost slipped my shoe off for a second when I was fidgeting, and I went, oh, no, Brett's later.
No, yeah, I just completely agreed with you. Outside of that, I also think the Oilers' just finishing ability, I think, also deserve the jeans. It's not like the offense wasn't there. It's not like, or the offensive generation, I guess, wasn't there. They almost were able to get one across the goal line if it wasn't for our old friend Cody Ceci. So, no, I just think outside of the inability to finish tonight, I was trying to find a pun there, but there isn't one. I'm saying the finishing for the Oil.
Would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for meddling Cody Ceci.
Can't let Bouchard get away unmentioned.
Yeah.
Even beyond.
I was going to say, there was the one egregious error, but on top of that, once again,
just
hesitancy.
not up to his level and standard that he's set throughout this season. I think it was a difficult road trip for him. He's fought the puck a little bit, hasn't been as sure-handed to get pucks toward the net, And I think even a game like this just shows with the Oilers' style of breaking out that I don't love, of when the forwards are so far up ice, and then you're in a game like this where you're just looking to like tip in from the red, go off, change or whatever. You know, it just doesn't lend to the longer the passes. Typically, the more that can go wrong. So it's just been one of those. It's been one of those trips for Bush. You know, just so we can avoid the allegations of just blowing smoke up
Bush butt sniffers. No, he was bad. He's been bad for a couple of games on this roadie, but it's the final road game of the Edmonton Oilers regular season. Some people in here, Mackay Draisaitl, Connor McDavid. He was fighting it, man. Like, he was, once again, there was somebody on him physically every step of the way. I thought LA Kings forwards did a good job. The defense, like, they showed a little package there on Sportsnet, and he was, I mean, that's good man coverage. If that's in the NFL, that DB, he gets to do the lock him up, sword sheathed into the thing, whatever they do. Credit where credit's due, and then a lot of people saying Cheeks struggling through fatherhood. Yeah, and somebody said that poor Cheeks wasn't his day. And I already lost it, but it was somebody who said that Cheeks was the right-handed Podkolzin, but has kind of been lacking some of that. I can agree with you. And you know what? That's why I need the chat. Maybe it is fatherhood. There's something here slipping a little bit. I don't want to totally make excuses for him because we know that he can be much better than this. And that's why we hand out the denim, Michael Menzies.
Yeah, exactly. So
let's go now, Bordzy's Bankroll. 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Take advantage of Bet365's early payout feature when you bet on your team before the game starts. It has to be before the game starts, before puck drop. If you bet on them on money line and they go up by 3 goals at any point, you get an automatic green check next to that one. Early payout feature. It's the best, and it's only at Bet365. Throw it up for me, Bert. Rub it in. Do what you got to do. Ugly. Once again, I don't think many bets are hitting when the Edmonton Oilers get shut out in the hockey game.
It's true.
So I'm happy I even got one. Back to the well we went with Connor Murphy.
Yeah.
2+ blocks at -150. He got that done. I believe, as I'm checking, he finished with 3 blocks on the afternoon as well. Podkolzin only had 1 shot. Connor McDavid finishes with 0 points. The wheel, unsuccessful. Picked us Max Jones, who went down with an injury in this hockey game, and it didn't look good, I will say that, but shut up at 365 because he was out and didn't play even a second in the second period. That means we will get our money redeemed.
18:27 from Podkolzin today. Time on ice. 1 shot. There was a couple where I thought that 2 shots would have came through. He missed the net high in the third period on the far dot. Rattled around. There was that look. So that ends his mini goal scoring streak.
You see Connor McDavid played 26 minutes in this game. 26:50.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Well, that's, in a game that you're always trailing and there's 11 forwards, that's what's going to happen. There was no other forward other than Jones under 11 minutes.
We talked about it, that it was a point in the game, like, it was just 97 rolling with everybody. They started the second period where it was Rico, Lazar, and Connor McDavid. You saw Rozovic playing with Nuge and McDavid. Nuge was getting McDavid minutes near the end of the hockey game. A little bit less Matt Savoy in this hockey game, I would say, as well. He only played 15-14. But yeah, there's Bordzy's Bankroll. Loser. Big fat L. Nice, I did it right this time.
Just on that ice time note, the lowest ice time from a skater who played throughout was Ty Emberson, 10:58. Wallman at 15:11 on that pair. Similar kind of mixed bag, I think, for them today. Wallman's got to be the driver of that pair with his puck movement. At times I thought it was good. At times a little shaky. But he seemed to, and maybe it's just me, but, working the point a little bit better. It seemed like today he was able to get a lot more shots through than Bush, and he did with 3 shots on goal compared to 1. So something to keep in mind, but that's kind of an underrated well, every player has an impact, but the Emerson and Wallman pair, if they can be steady for their 15, 16 minutes, that gives another option, especially because Bouchard played almost 28 minutes today, and Murphy and Nurse. All right, okay. I didn't love Nurse. Right. Murphy, I thought was slow out of the gates a little bit. Was a little sharper. The game went along. One of them things.
I just had something to add on top of that, but that completely just blanked my brain. If you love something, set it free. If it's meant to be, it will come back to you. And let's do a double ad read right now. Quick shout out.
Oh.
Swiss Donair, home of the old school Donair. And I see Lance Kane's in the chat right now. And Waz was texting me. I want to go for beers downtown. So we should maybe revisit this conversation once we're done the show. I could go for a Swiss Donair if I was eating some beer, or if I was eating some beers this evening.
Drink some Donairs, eat some beer.
Drink some Donair, eat some beer. That's what you get at Swiss Donair, home of the old school Donair, with options if you want some flair. Open for 25 years and now open 7 days a week. It's the pride of the North Side. They're great for your events at home or office. Or check out their location at 8308 144 Ave Northwest. Or order online at SwissDonair.com. Let's get into the standings watch now, which is another ad read presented this segment by Lease Busters. Because if you're stuck in a car lease and you want out, Lease Busters connects you with someone to take it over. No penalties and no buyout headaches. Instead of paying thousands to break your vehicle lease early, you can transfer it. Lease Busters makes that process simple. So as of this moment, the Philadelphia Flyers are up 3-1. Oh, Brett, give me standings watch sound. You're right. I was too premature on that. I was too quick. Bordzy, no,
not again.
Heyo! Flyers up 3-1 after one period against the Winnipeg Jets. All the Oilers need is a Jets loss in regulation, and they will officially throw up the X and clinch their spot. Throw up the X, please.
Well, Jets can lose in overtime and shootout as well.
Or just have to lose?
Yeah. So it's just if the Jets don't win in regulation, that's what clinches. So the Jets can win in overtime, shootout, and there was a follow-up even after the explanation, but you have to look at the RW tab in the standings because the Jets don't catch up. They would catch up under regulation wins. The Oilers have 31 regulation wins. The Jets have 28. They are 8 points back. So in theory, if the Jets win all four in regulation, they would be in a tie with the Oilers for points, and the Jets would have the tiebreaker. Nashville cannot catch the Oilers because of the tie break. So that clarifies it's just the Jets have to get wins in regulation.
Go Flyers, go. Up 3-1 right now in the very moment. But for other games to keep your eyes on, there's a lot going down right now. I just saw the Red Wings eliminated from playoff contention, getting booed on home ice here. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sucks to suck, boys. And a lot of questions going to be out there for the Red Wings and their management staff, I will say, putting it nicely. The Vegas Golden Knights, later on this evening, will be taking on the Colorado Avalanche at 8 p.m., so that's going down in 2 hours. Other games of note, Sharks are taking on the Canucks. They are still in this fight. The Predators already beat the Wild, so that's a big one. So, Brett, why don't you throw up, as of this moment, once again, 6:04 Mountain Standard Time for anybody who watches this show later on or tomorrow. This is what we've got right now in front of us. So the Oilers still technically in first place in the Pacific Division. Vegas got a game in hand that will be played tonight against Colorado, 1 point back. The Anaheim Ducks, they're inactive this evening. They're not going to be playing anything, but tomorrow they will play the Vancouver Canucks. That game's going down at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Sports Network. I'm gonna be channel surfing tomorrow. Great sports day tomorrow. Masters Sunday. Spilling all over my red shirt. So, still tough to tell who could win this Pacific Division. I'd be curious to check the Bet365 odds now because Oilers were the betting favorite. depending on this Vegas game, who knows how that's going to go now. And Brett, if you'd be so kind as to scroll down a little bit, Utah, they got the X next to their name, 90 points, 78 games. The LA Kings, with the 2 points they grabbed this afternoon, they're in that final wild card spot. Now, Nashville did beat, who'd they play earlier today? Why am I blanking?
Minnesota.
The Wild, 2-1 earlier today. So LA is 1 point up. They have one game in hand. We discussed some of their schedule earlier today on pre-gaming. Standings watch just gets better and better the further you go down to the end of the line. And that final spot, one open, and a couple teams that are looking to get in there. The Winnipeg Jets, man.
Well, I just wanted, so I don't know if Mackay and Dry is getting it. It's the RW. Don't look at W. W is not relevant. It's the RW.
Regulation wins.
RW tab where the Jets have 28 and the Oilers have 31. So in theory, 8 points all collected in regulation. The 4 wins. The Jets would have more reg wins than the Oilers. The Oilers can make it simple and not have to worry about the Jets stuff if they get a point out of either of the games. So just so that we're all crystal clear. And then I believe the second tie break is the row. So right beside you've got row, and that will be next. That's regulation and overtime wins. So.
With
So
no
there you
skills
go.
contest.
It's very
of a shootout.
complicated. I just spent like 90 minutes yesterday, and I kind of laid it out in an article about the permutations. And so there you go. Underrated sneaky standings watch though. It's in the other conference. It's in the Atlantic Division here. This is exciting. You got the Buffalo Sabres first with 2 games ago, 106 points. Montreal in action right now. With the game in hand, they're in second. Yeah, so, and the Habs are losing, I believe.
2-1 for the Blue Jackets right now.
So, and then you got Tampa in third. So, very interesting. Like, you want to get that 1 seed if you can, because it's not a foregone conclusion that Carolina will finish as the overall 1 seed. They're at 108 points, yes, and they've won 2 in a row, but some leakier performances as of late. How do they finish out their goaltending lately? There's been some cracks in the armor. Ottawa has now jumped to the top wild card as well with 96 points.
They clinched.
And so they're in. What a run for Ottawa. Remember when the Oilers beat the Sens in that comeback overtime game in the early March? Oilers were down 2, I believe.
Yes.
Came back and won in overtime. And they're like, wow, the Sens, man.
Yes,
they're
that was like the
5,
make or
6
break
points.
right before the trade deadline, and it was going to define whether they were buyers or sellers.
Yeah. Well, they put the old new coach bump theory to bed by shutting out the Islanders today in the Isles. Although the wild card's not good for the Isles, they are 1 point back of the Flyers for third in the Metro.
This is the race I'm watching.
Yeah.
This is nuts.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
this third spot, you can go Flyers, Capitals, Islanders, Jackets, all within 2 points of each other. That's sick. And none of them can fall into what's it called? A wild card spot. It's either you make this third spot or your lottery.
Yeah. So
What a game of musical chairs.
Who's Pittsburgh going to get in that first round? Why did all weekend everyone was talking about Crosby versus Ovechkin? Maybe the last time, and then they don't play Crosby.
Because he's old and he's been banged up and they
Come on.
clinched.
They're gonna sit for a week.
They play tomorrow.
I know.
I'm sure Crosby will play in
They
that
better.
one against Ovi. I didn't have as much of a problem with it as others. He's been banged up. I don't remember what happened in the winter games, but I do think Crosby is enough of a good soldier and face of the NHL. He'll play tomorrow. He'll give us everything. I joked with you guys that I'd love to see Crosby and Ovi throw down, drop the mitts, one last ride, one last time at center ice, give the folks what they want. But standings watch is good right now, and we actually have another scoring race going on that was very inactive this afternoon, I will say. Connor McDavid, we know, came into this afternoon with 133 points on the season. Well, the Oilers get shut out. He drops a bagel this afternoon, and you're concerned 5 points up on Cooch. Well, could he have done some damage to close the gap? Nope. He also had a bagel earlier this afternoon as the Lightning beat the Bruins 2-1. No goals, no apples for Nikita Kucherov. So both guys right now, McDavid 133, Kuch 128. Nathan McKinnon still behind with 126, but he's got a game in hand or possibly 2 games in hand, maybe even as well. So we talk about standings watching the race there, the scoring race. It's as good as it's ever been, the Art Ross Trophy. Connor McDavid going for it.
And Caulfield 2 goals behind McKinnon for the Rocket Richard. McKinnon at 52 and Caulfield at 50. The first 50 goal scorer for the Montreal Canadiens since...
I don't know.
Oh, God, I remember this now, too. I can't remember. Jean Beliveau.
No, there's been...
Oh, Henry Richard.
No.
Like post 2000?
No.
Okay, then I wouldn't get it.
1990.
Oh, Robinson.
Nope.
Damn it.
Stephane Richer. Stephane Richer.
Why you waste my fucking time?
Lost to time is 2 50-goal seasons in a Habs sweater.
My buddy Styles is calling me. Should I answer right now?
Oh.
God,
man.
no.
Not busy at all right now. No, I can talk. Talk.
But
Same
no
thing every time.
Canadian, no Montreal Canadian has ever won the Rocket Richard trophy.
Really? Really?
Yeah, because the trophy
yes.
began in whatever year.
It was funny when you said name a 50-goal scorer. Like first thing I was like Mike Camilleri. I was like, there's no way that's true, but got hot in the playoffs a couple times.
Saku never got there. He never got
Kovalev
there. No,
never got there.
Never got there. Yeah, it's true. So yeah, just some interesting some scoring races there as we're getting right to the. Davidov might lead all rookies. He's got a slim lead on the Beckett Seneca.
How many goals does Dylan Gunther have now?
He's right on the doorstep of 40.
39.
Yeah. Oh. Is that Milk Mile? The O&E Milk Mile starting to churn in your stomach?
I don't think I'll be doing the Milk Mile regardless. I think Tyler is going to be the one who ends up doing the Milk Mile. He'll be a good sport about it. There's one thing, Tyler, a Yaremchuk pays his debts. All right, a Yaremchuk pays his debts, whether it's cat food, it's really pretty much it, but he's offered other things before, and hey, respect that. Okay, we got voicemails loaded up and ready to go. Let me do a couple housekeeping notes.
Sure.
Because we have a playoff draft coming up. Only 2 more games remain for the Oilers. Monday against the Avalanche, Thursday against the Vancouver Canucks, and then Friday night down at the River Cree Resort and Casino. We will be out there for a playoff draft. Teams are of $8,000 buy-in to get in. Beer included, your first beer, dinner included. It's going to be an awesome evening that I want to stress isn't just going to end the moment the draft is over. All right, we're all the way out there at the River Cree. We're going to have some beers. We're going to have a good time. And we're going to hit the casino responsibly with our pal Matt Wozniak. So I think there might still only be 1 spot remaining, 1 table remaining for this event. So run, don't walk, down to nationgear.ca and reserve your spot. Get in on a hell of an evening, and you can earn some bragging rights and pride and $2,500 cold hard cash winning the playoff draft. Playoff drafts are always the best.
So let's say you're in the draft. What team or teams are you targeting? Are you trying to get here? Who's your kind of hunch to sort of back? Because there's different styles of thought. I typically try to load up on 1 team, maybe 2. Certainly for a draft that's got a lot of different pieces, you try to you put your chips one direct. I don't think you can,
that's
spread yourself
never
thin.
a good strategy.
Is there a team you're thinking that?
Yeah, I'm thinking the Florida Panthers this year.
Wait, Brett, I forgot to tell you.
No.
They're not going to be there this year.
They've got that E beside their name.
Which, let me make it clear, thank fucking God that they're not in there because, call it spade a spade, that's loser talk right there of Chirps because we can't beat them. I recognize that, and I accept that. For me, I would I would want to say the Tampa Bay Lightning, but I can't do that because their division is so tough and difficult. You don't know if they could make it. So I always look at what's a team that I feel confident will make the conference finals. You get 3 rounds out of it. And if there's a team that's a lock for the conference finals, it's the Carolina Hurricanes season after season. So that would be my strategy. I think they're in the third best division, I would say. Obviously, nothing is as putrid as the Pacific. But you look at the Atlantic, you look at the Central, there's more competition there where, like, the logic of, the Colorado Avalanche have been the best team all season. But they're going to have to play either Dallas or Minnesota or somebody, and I don't know. That makes me nervous. So I feel like Carolina would be my play. What about you?
Well, there's so much to it, and obviously where your draft order is, how many teams there are. Because some of the
goalies, what are the goalie stats?
Some of the ones I've done, there's 22 teams that you got, right? And you got to make, you get 8 players.
That's insane.
So it's all going to be dependent there. I don't, if you're looking for a sleeper, I think Ottawa is very compelling because they've been hot lately, and their path for now could very well be through the Metro. And Carolina, I'm just in a spot with Carolina that I have probably been in 3 different playoff years, backed Carolina, and I feel jilted. But
I bet you're always in it.
Well, you're in it. Yeah, you're in it. But then your heart gets ripped out. I feel the same with them, how I felt about the Blues throughout the 2010s, and then sure as shit, the Blues go on that run in 2019 and win. I do think you should look at where you could actually get most of a team, probably in the Metro or the Pacific. And if you were just taking the names out, Oilers would probably be very popular. You probably wouldn't be able to stack up. You might be able to stack up on a team like Vegas.
I'd rather die.
Just for the sake of drafting, you know what I'm saying? So.
No, I said what I said.
But there you go. So.
All right, Brett, you want to rip through some voicemails now? How many we got on this fine Saturday? It's evening now.
We only got 2 today.
That's what I thought. I saw a battle bust out of here like an hour ago, and I was like, once again, not much to discuss with this hockey game. It's a miracle that we've already gone. Holy shit, we've already gone an hour and a half. Time flies.
Yeah.
You're having fun with your friends.
Right.
That's
right.
you at home as well.
That's
not, I'm kidding.
I know, nobody said anything to me. We're going no ad read into this one?
Oh, yeah, I guess let's go. Let me,
pound me.
You gotta give him a nuts.
Pound me.
I'll pound you, for sure.
Voicemails.
For sure.
like what I just heard right there, brought to you by GMC Truck Month. And that means it's your opportunity to get into a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab at 0% financing for 72 months. You're getting a 2-inch factory lift with off-road suspension, a powerful 5.3-liter V8 engine, and a commanding presence that demands attention. Hurry in to go see the Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab in person and take advantage of Truck Month before it ends. Truck Month. Producer Brett, take it away.
Thank you so much. So as mentioned, we only have 2 voicemails today. One coming from you-know-who, Peyton. And another one from, I'm pretty sure, a first-time caller. This is none other than Kipton Anderson. Let's listen to what Kipton Anderson has to say.
That goal at the start of the game, the Panarin goal, was because of that Evan Bouchard turnover. We lost that game because of Bouchard. Ingram played fine, 950 save percentage. McDavid was buzzing. I don't know if he was a -1, but if he was, it wasn't his fault. The only fault you can blame for this loss was Bouchard. Forsberg played good.
Cup year.
Up here.
I think you're too young to be watching this show, whoever that was.
Appreciate the voicemail.
Appreciate the voicemail. I love you. I appreciate you. Solid take. Connor Ingram was good. You shouldn't be listening to the things that we're talking about on this
About
program.
75% of the stuff that we have said on this show are way older than
I don't like that. Dad. Nah, I will say that. Son, let me get on one knee here. Get on your level like an elementary teacher. It's where the gym teacher flips the chair and gets on your level. Hey man,
That's the cool teacher.
it's a 1-0 hockey game. I understand you're trying to apply logic and saying we'd lost that game because of the one play Bouchard made. There's 60 minutes of hockey played in this one. There are plenty of other moments and opportunities that could have changed things. Menzies, your thoughts to the...
Yeah, well, I'm not
eight-year-old?
going to age shame. I'm not going to age shame. You know, hey, certainly.
We say very inappropriate
Look,
things.
I
for
was
that
watching
listening
things
to.
I shouldn't have been watching from the time
Yeah,
I was
that's
this
true.
tall.
That's very true.
So,
and then you could be like this one day.
yeah, you never know.
True.
But yeah, I mean, look, it was a costly mistake. There's no doubt. But you get a lot of time to correct certain mistakes, and that's what a team has to do. And it's not just going to be finger pointing in the dressing room after they finish the first period. You know, you got to find solutions to problems. So we've said it before. I don't think Bouchard played very well in this game or on the road trip. But overall, they need a bit more bear down of finish on some of their chances. They have to get to harder areas if they're going to be shut down in sort of the way that they were.
Gipton, let's be very clear. We appreciate your voicemail.
We love you. We appreciate you. Let it rip. I'm gonna now.
I just feel
now I'm
bad.
in my head about the things I'm saying now.
Many stuff.
No, I won't. What am I talking about?
that's
Let
true.
it rip. All right, Peyton. Let's take a listen here.
Yeah, that's bad.
Speaking of another child.
Literally.
Oh, Timmy Palmer. No, I'm not going to do it. Terrible game. Fuck, we couldn't even score against Anton Forsberg. Not even a goal. Dude. Boys, I'm very, I don't, I'm going to be positive, but I don't think we're going to win the Pacific. I mean, it's just, we have the Avs next, like, the Avs without Draisaitl and Hyman, or maybe Hyman, I don't know. But that's just, it's, first place, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
Yeah. Tried to sneak in a little bit of that English accent there at the end when he dropped a bruv.
Yeah.
Trust bruv.
Yeah.
Hey, Pacific Division dream is still alive. Hope will never die. It'll be interesting to see how things play out here. And how much does this game on Monday matter to the Colorado Avalanche?
Well, nothing matters for them. They've clinched the President's Trophy.
All right, Peyton, fret not, brother. Dream's still alive.
But again, it's even though Vegas is playing Colorado tonight, so it'll be interesting to see how the Avs come out. The Avs haven't been getting the most stellar of goaltending lately. Like Kadri's out and might be compromised for a bit. I don't know how Bednar is going to approach it, but I also don't think Bednar is going to sit his guys for a week. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't recommend that.
So it'll be interesting how they compose their lineup. Even still, Colorado can, if they play the direct way that they can play, the Oilers will have to be at their best. And even tonight, Vegas will as well. So, and again, if the Oilers don't win the division, they get a weaker opponent than they would if they win the division.
It is a weird little situation we've got ourselves in, where once again, it feels like it's more of a fan narrative-driven thing here of winning the division. Haven't done it since 86, 87. But the point is just to get a ticket to the dance, get that X by your name, and see what you can do in the NHL playoffs. That will do it for us here on Oilers Nation After Lunch. Flyers still up 3-1 on the Jets. Okay, I bid you adieu with that. Hopefully it could be clinch miss for the Oilers in maybe an hour or so. Menzies, love and appreciate you. Brett, love and appreciate you. I'm just kidding. I'm good. Almost at you.
Jesus, I wasn't even looking at you, and your pause gave me a little something.
I guess you couldn't totally see my eyes there. Yeah.
Bad day for McElroy. Good day for Cameron Young. Sets up Sunday pretty good.
Tomorrow, you know what I'm ordering tomorrow? Oodle noodle to my couch. Gonna take advantage of the $2 deal. And I'm not moving. That ass groove on my couch is going to be elite. Things you've never seen before. Tyler was telling me all about his day he had prepared today. That it was, boys are coming over in the morning. He was setting up 4 TVs in his living room. 2 for the Masters, 1 for the Jays, 1 for the Oilers, and then that Masters would be done, I think, at 4:35. He then booked the golf sim, 2 bays to play Augusta. So he's probably doing that right. I'm so jealous.
Jays lost, Oilers lost, Rory choked.
Suck it, Tyler. There we go.
Tough one.
Tough? Well, it's tough. Well, it's tough. All right, that'll do it for us. Do me a favor. Please throw down your courtesy like. Hit that thumbs up for me. It really helps us out with the algorithm. Make sure you are subscribed to the ON YouTube. And then Monday, live at noon, Oilers Nation every day. We'll be back pregame and in postgame. You good for Monday?
Yeah, it should be, probably.
All right. That's as much discussion as we do about it. I just expect him to be in this chair now these days. And I love it. Have a good weekend. Stay safe tonight. Enjoy your Masters Sunday tomorrow. And good luck on Bet365. Peace out. We'll talk on Monday.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.